Today, we are going to talk about detoxification, and it's a big, scary word. And I have my cleanse, the Ascent Diet Cleanse, and really, it scares a lot of people away because it has the word diet in it and the word cleanse in it. And it really isn't a diet. It really isn't a difficult cleanse because you're not hangry at all through the process. But I wanted to talk about the idea of detox because a lot of people will have, excuse me, a lot of people will have detox flu symptoms that can last up to 3 or 4 weeks. They get hangry, they have headaches, they have all of these symptoms we'll go through in a minute. But I wanted to give you a little story to tell you what happens with the body when it detoxes. When I first got into my health journey, I knew I was really loaded with heavy metals. So I did a heavy metal test, and it's a urine test. They have to take your urine over 24 hours. It's no fun, but did that, and I was off the charts in lead and mercury and aluminum. And so I then started the chelation process of getting the heavy metals out of my body. 2 weeks into the cleanse, I did another urine analysis. And what happened was the numbers even were higher. And why that is that your body has this amazing survival mechanism to take all the toxins and put them into your tissues. And then when you start detoxing, you're pulling them out of your tissues into the bloodstream to get them out of the body. And they have to be filtered through from your liver and from your kidneys. And so with that, the levels actually will be higher on the urine or blood test when you're detoxing. But what's actually happening is that your body's just kind of clearing it out, and the levels in the blood are higher than they were before because the toxins are coming out of the tissues. Right now, we have a huge problem with radiation and the heavy metals, the graphene oxide, spike proteins, all of these new things that are in our food. It's really hard to get organic food that's not sprayed with the GMOs. So you have to constantly be detoxing. And the thing that is so exciting is that between me and Heather and what we're going to be talking about today, we can go through detoxes on a daily basis without feeling the bad signs. So what are the signs that you do need to detox? Fatigue, unexplained weight gain. I can't tell you how many clients have unexplained weight gain over the last year. Headaches and brain fog. They just feel like, oh, well, this is part of aging. This is part of hormones. This is part of menopause. No, it does not have to be that way. Skin rashes, eczema, acne, water retention, digestion, constipation, bloating, nausea. All of these are signs of needing to detox. Signs because the gallbladder is that helps emulsify fat and digest fat. And if you've got a liver full of gallstones and liver stones, the bile gets backed up. It can't break down the fats. It becomes sluggish from the toxins, and everything just gets backed up. You have to get your car serviced every 6 months. Well, of course you need to service your own body, just like you could also have elevated cholesterol. Cholesterol is being mobilized through the bloodstream as you detox, and the detox pathways become opened. Also, you could have anger and depression, irritability, anxiety. These emotions are found in are held in the liver. So if your liver is clogged up, you're going to be having problems with these emotions. And you'll find that if you do a liver flush, you can actually let go of some of these emotions. Some of the emotions of fear is held in the kidneys. The kidneys are really important for detoxification as well. So what happens when you do detox? You improve insulin sensitivity and blood sugar. You trigger that autophagy, which is the recycling of the good and bad parts of the cells. You heal your leaky gut, you reduce inflammation, you detox fat cells, you increase fat burning, you increase your metabolic rate, you improve your hormones and the balance. Women and men both typically suffer from low testosterone. Us women need that testosterone to feel good. Don't be afraid of that. And you increase human growth hormone when you detox. So, what supplements help with that? The Ascent Diet Cleanse that we've put together is packaged in this nice, neat little group of 9 supplements, or actually 8, but there's 2 bottles of it, that work synergistically to make you feel good day 1 as you're detoxing. The accelerated scalar silver, this is the supplement that literally turned my son's life around when he was 9 years old and was diagnosed with leukemia. I didn't know anything else about any of the other supplements. I did not have my business. And this is a supplement that within a year, his blood went from cancer-filled, literally nutritionally deficient in so many ways, to the kid now, he's 19 years old, hardly gets sick. He was a national record holder for crew, literally changed our lives. And if everybody could make sure that they are on mute, that would be great. Michael, if you could, let's see here. There you go. And that would be great. I still hear some things. Okay, there we go. So that helps with the cleansing of the blood, boosting the immune system. If your immune system is worried over here about a chronic disease, it's not going to be able to fight the bacteria, the viruses that we're being bombarded with. Help detox the body. That's the silver. The accelerated keto, this is the game changer. This is what makes you feel good within 30 minutes. Essentially, it kicks you into fat burning mode and your body starts burning its own body fat, which we all want to get rid of our body fat, right? But at the same time, you are tapping into an energy that reduces inflammation, reduces oxidative stress, and gives you that brain energy and the physical energy to say, oh my gosh, I can do this. Puts your body into ketosis and helps with appetite control, that physical and mental energy, teaches your body to tap into those stores and not need the glucose that we're so dependent on in this world that we're in. So it also has ingredients in there that help defat the liver, and that's where the fat burning happens. If you guys could really try to mute yourself when you come on, that would be great. You don't need to eat a high fat diet. If you've heard the word keto and you're scared of it, you can get kicked into ketosis with the accelerated keto and then focus on a wild animal protein diet. And that is going to give you the building blocks for the good muscle, for the brain tissue, for everything that you need, for the bones, for the collagen, for the amino acids that are so important for the patches that we're going to talk about in a second with Heather. And it helps alleviate brain fog as well. And the next is the Acceleradine. So I'm going through the most important ones in general. This is also a game changer. And in the last 2 months, I have realized that this supplement, every single person on earth needs it. We need to share this information. It will reverse the damage to the DNA from the mRNA, from the spike proteins, and from the graphene oxide. So let me say that again. This will reverse the damage that is done to your DNA, and it is able to bypass the Krebs cycle. So many people are thinking, well, iodine, you've got to be very careful. This also is something interesting about this. Do not worry about your blood tests or your thyroid tests for the first 6 months when you're taking Acceleradine, because this is going to wake up your thyroid, give it the proper iodine you need for T4 and T3. But did you know that every single cell in your body, not just in your thyroid, has thyroid hormone receptors? So when you start taking this, it wakes up the whole body and all of the cells. And a lot of people may experience a TSH that shoots through the roof, because your brain is now, oh my gosh, my whole body needs more iodine. not just my thyroid. So your thyroid hormones on a blood test may be a little wacky for the first 6 months, FYI. But this is going to help increase your energy, increase your connection to your higher self and your spiritual health. It's going to increase your metabolism, helps balance your blood sugar and your hormones. And it also helps with the detoxification process. But you get that great energy while the silver and the other supplements are detoxing you, and your intermittent fasting, which is going to help progress that detoxification that we're after. Okay, after that, the accelerated cellular detox powder. Why is this so important for you when you're detoxing on a really deep detox or just daily? This is going to soak up the toxins from the day, from going out to dinner, from having a drink that you normally don't have, from or all the way deep into I'm detoxing from heavy metals. I'm going through the Ascent Diet Cleanse. It soaks up all the toxins. It carries them out through the colon. It cools down the intestines, helps with Crohn's disease, IBS, IBD, but it helps with balancing the doshas, or the that's in Ayurvedic medicine. All of the different elements in your colon, helps with bloat and regularity. If you are constipated or if you suffer from diarrhea, it's going to help balance that out. But it's taking all the toxins that you have released, those heavy metals, the radiation, the pesticides, the GMOs, and it takes it through your colon, bypassing your liver and your kidneys, so your liver and kidneys aren't burdened as much. Now, after this, I really highly recommend an electrolyte formula. I like the Quintessential because it is all of the minerals and the electrolytes that our blood plasma is made up of, in the exact composition that our blood plasma is made up of. When you're detoxing, when you're lowering your carbs and reducing the sugar in your diet, your kidneys let go of water, and it lets go of those electrolytes. You need to replenish them. Super important. That's also why I use the accelerated ancient salt. It is full of those minerals. You can put just a little bit on your tongue to get you out of a detox crisis. If you have a blood sugar crisis and your blood sugar is through the roof, put some of the accelerated ancient salt on your tongue or in your water, and it will help bring your blood sugar down. It helps rehydrate the cells at the cellular level, and it also helps pull out the toxins. You can use it in a detox bath as well. Put a tablespoon in a bath with about a cupful of regular Dead Sea salt, and it will help balance out the hydration and get those toxins out of you. Okay, Heather, it's your turn. We're going to start talking about the other things that we can do in addition to the supplements I just talked about. And we may touch on some other ones. Heather's short on time today, so I want to make sure she gets in what we need to talk about. But the LifeWave patches are a game changer. They help with the detox and with the energy while you're detoxing, and work synergistically with the supplements. Combine that with a diet that is high in animal protein, wild animal protein, and intermittent fasting. So Heather, what patches do you recommend for supporting detoxification?
So always the go-to is X39 paired with X49. We have seen just such incredible results for so many of our clients, and then myself personally when I kind of changed my positioning of the X49. But we're talking significant increases of muscle, and then decreases in fat, which, you know, as we age, and we're, you know, over 40 now, closer to 50 than we are 40, muscle is hard to gain and hard to preserve. And so with the high protein diet, which is what we want to be on when we're trying to gain muscle. The X49 has definitely been a game changer for myself and a lot of our clients. And then, it is helping. So the X39 is kind of the inside patch, right? It's taking care of what's going on inside. Another thing, as we age, our stem cell production is depleted. By the time we're 60, we don't have stem cell production anymore. My age, I probably have about 30% of the stem cell production that I did in my prime if I wasn't using the X39. Well, what the X39 does is it reactivates those dormant stem cells and makes more pluripotent stem cells, which are able to turn into any cell your body needs. So to help facilitate this process of the cleanse, your stem cells are going to be doing their job as well. Inside, we can't necessarily feel what's happening. So all of the science is behind these patches. I went down on a deep dive before we incorporated them into the platform. But heart disease runs in my family, dementia runs in my family. Can I feel those stem cells turning into a brain cell or a heart cell? No, but I know the science is there. What I can see is on the outside. I can see my skin changing, the X49, I call it the outside patch too, because it's increasing collagen type 1 by 300%. It's increasing, hair. My hair is thicker than it was when I was in high school. So together, what they do is pretty incredible. And they're just so supportive of the cleanse. And then in addition to that, all of us are going through different things. A lot of us are mothers or fathers. And so you have that component as a parent. You are, a lot of us have our own careers going. And so there's a lot of energy being taken and given. And so the energy enhancer is one that I really loved incorporating with the cleanse specifically. In fact, today, Sarah, I just came off of a weekend of nonstop. It was basically Saturday morning, wake up, go to LA. We had to be there by 8:30, get back, meet with a client, go to a seminar, and it was just boom, boom, boom. Had a dinner, and then yesterday was Mother's Day, and it should be a day of rest, but we went hiking and we went out to dinner and we did everything. And so I woke up today at 6 o'clock for my workout, and I was just like, oh, how am I going to get through today? And it's a back-to-back day. I put 2 sets of the energy enhancer on, one set at the bottom of my feet and another kind of by my knees. And I'm not exaggerating, within 5 minutes, I felt a complete shift where I was just feeling heavy and kind of lethargic, just slow, and boom, on fire all day. So those with the cleanse are definitely, I think, something that I would consider. And then, some of us need help with sleep. I mean, sleep is so important because that's where your body is regenerating. That's, the time that your body is actually recovering. And so if you're not getting good sleep, it becomes a vicious cycle, right? Because your body isn't able to do what it's supposed to do, especially when we're going through a cleanse and a detox like this. So, some of the sleep enhancing patches have been really profound for a lot of our clients with the Silent Night. I personally use the Silent Night with the Alavida. The Alavida Patch is not only does it help with sleep and helps regulate hormones, but it's also skin and organ regenerating. So it's a really good complement. And, sometimes it feels overwhelming, guys. Like there's so many things we can do, right? But the patches are something that's so easy. I mean, you can take seconds to stick it on yourself and then just remember to take it off 12 hours later. It makes a really huge difference when you are committing to this incredible cleanse. I mean, we know this is a commitment, but if you stay on track, the results that we have seen, because a lot of the clients are coming in, they're getting a baseline. And so we're able to see where their inflammation levels are at a cellular level, where their visceral fat is, where their phase angle, the integrity of the cell wall is. And just 30 days after doing Sarah's cleanse, things are changing. I haven't ever seen anything affect someone in 30 days like this cleanse does. And then when you put on top of it, your X39, X49, it's just taking it to that level. And you can quantify it by seeing what's going on the inside. Sure, everyone's going to start seeing it on the outside. Your clothes are going to feel a little looser. Your skin's going to be probably a lot smoother. The whites of your eyes are going to be whiter. But on the inside, it's really neat to quantify it with an analysis and back it up.
Absolutely. And I want to just ditto you on the energy enhancer this morning. I was traveling all weekend, totally exhausted this morning. How am I going to do my day? And everyone that is in my group, and all of you are invited to join my free group education on Telegram. When this is posted on YouTube, you will see the link to my Telegram group chat in below. But this morning I said, when you have to put one foot in front of the other, you wake up, take your Acceleradine, go then make your coffee or your tea, come back, take your accelerated silver, take your keto pills, put the energy enhancer patches on, and then count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why? Because you can't count past one. This is something I learned from Mel Robbins. And then after that, go. Boom. You're like a rocket and you start going. And the great thing is, by the time that you have done the Acceleradine, the accelerated keto, and the patches, and of course I put on my X39 and X49 as well, I'm raring to go. And on the weekend that I just did, I traveled, I was out of whack, I was out of my normal routine. I wear an Aura ring that tracks my sleep. And between the Silent Night Sleep Patch and the Alavida, which Alavida also reduces oxidative stress. So as we're detoxing, the more oxidative stress we can reduce to, so that our body doesn't have to combat it with more antioxidants, the better our body's off, right? So with that being said, my sleep score was 93 or above all weekend long. I had to deal with my parents. I had to deal with my husband, and all three of my kids in a million different ways, flying, coming back, lots on my plate, sleeping in a hotel bedroom, all of these things, and my sleep was still consistent with those things. I also love the Eon patch for it as well, because it calms your nervous system. It puts you in that parasympathetic mode, takes the edge off of the stress. All of those things are going to help you when you're detoxing. The toxins are, you need to get them out, right? Your body is not going to be able to do that efficiently if you are sitting in a sympathetic fight or flight mode. You need to be in that parasympathetic mode to really get the most out of it. And we didn't even talk about glutathione. So Heather, why don't you talk about the glutathione patch?
Glutathione is incredible because it's our master antioxidant. So in regards to detoxing, I mean, it's something that, you know, is being produced so that the detox process is easier on the body pretty much. And glutathione, I mean, you can pay hundreds of dollars for an infusion of glutathione. A lot of you have probably heard of people getting IVs of glutathione. When you're getting an IV of it, it's going into the body and then might be staying in the body for an hour at the levels, and then it starts dropping off. Well, the glutathione patches are, you know, like, I think the most they are is $80 for a 30-day supply. You put it on for 12 hours and it naturally, your body upregulates glutathione production by 300%. So not only is it way more effective, cost effective, it's also way more effective as far as the sustainability of the glutathione. And glutathione is so important for our immune system. So not only is it going to help aid in that detox process, if some of you do feel, you know, because everyone's different, right? Everyone has different levels of toxicity in the body. I mean, personally, my mother was on 13 pharmaceuticals at one time. And so when we were getting her to detox, I wish we would have had Sarah's cleanse and these patches, because I think it would have really helped the process a lot better. But a lot of these tools, I mean, just listen to your body. If you are feeling headachy or which usually with this cleanse, we don't see that. But again, everyone's different as far as toxicity levels. So if you do feel that way, you might just need a little bit more assistance with the glutathione, and it's going to help. Even if you're not, it's just going to further facilitate things. It's going to make the process way more effective if you're working on those certain pathways that the body naturally produces. I mean, that's what's so great about every single one of these patches, guys. It's not employing anything chemical or artificial. So a lot of times when you see patches, you think, oh, that's a transdermal patch. It's putting something into my body. That's not the case with these. These are frequency-based patches, and what they're each doing is they're activating specific peptides or pathways within the body that your body should naturally activate. But again, with the aging process, what happens? Things start to decline. So these are just bringing it back to the levels that we were when we were in our prime. Stem cell production, it's going to bring those levels back up. You know, your glutathione is something that we all need right now, with who knows what variant or virus is going to come out next. But if you have a strong immune system, it's not going to affect you the way it affects other people. And this is something that the body is the miracle. I mean, Sarah and I talk about that all the time. Given the right tools and exposure, your body is going to do what it needs to do. It was created to regenerate and self-heal. These are just helping facilitate that process for you.
And I want to touch on glutathione. I've been playing around with it. I'm worried about my vision, being 46, and also my hearing. My mom's poor hearing. And so I've been putting glutathione here on my right temple, and then also behind my right ear. But then also I've been putting on my thyroid at night. Obviously, I'm not going to walk around the day. Some people do, but I don't with a patch right here. Maybe if I'm wearing a turtleneck. But I've been doing that at night because your thyroid needs detoxing. Your thyroid is a place where fluoride, bromide, and chlorine all love to go, because if you go back to chemistry class in high school, iodine and those other three elements all are within the same family and look the same. So if you're deficient in iodine, those toxins are going to be clogging your thyroid receptor sites. So you need to be taking the iodine to kick those things out, but then glutathione will also speed up the detoxification. And I want to stress the diet and the other things that we can do as well. I have on, and we've talked about the Genius Insight app, where it's on your phone, and this device will tell me how my body's doing with detoxification, what I'm high in. Am I high in heavy metals? What's suffering? Is my liver suffering? Is my gallbladder suffering? And then it plays tones, or essentially music, to balance out my body and bring it back into homeostasis. I have this thing running on my body 24/7. It's a wonderful tool where at least I'm knowing what I can focus on. And maybe, gosh, I'm showing that I'm low in minerals. Maybe I'm taking extra salt, extra Quintessential 0.9. Maybe I'm asking for more iodine. So that is a tool that I use. And if you have any interest in learning more about that, let me know in the comments below or the group chat. And also, you can also find it on the website. I also wanted to mention, we're talking about wild animal protein. The reason is proteins like chicken and conventional beef have amyloid proteins that the body cannot break down. And those proteins get deposited in your tissues and in your brain, causing Alzheimer's, dementia, and other issues. So we like to stick to wild fish, bison, lamb, deer, elk, Cornish game hen, duck, all of those fun meats. And there's companies all around the United States that deliver your meat. I have recommendations for that as well if you need to find one. But that's really important. The other thing is the intermittent fasting. When your body's eating, it's focused on digestion. It's not focusing on cleaning up chronic disease. So when you're fasting or time restricted eating, you have this great window where your body says, oh my gosh, I've got all the time in the world right now to go clean up like Pac-Man and get rid of the inflammation, get rid of the, start breaking down those liver and gallstones, start cleaning up the mess, cleaning up the cobwebs in the brain, reducing the oxidative stress. A lot of the sugar and the carbohydrates that we eat cause oxidative stress, where then we need more antioxidants to combat it. Your body actually makes over 94% of the antioxidants it needs. Okay, you don't need to eat a lot of vegetables and fruit for those antioxidants. Eat the vegetables and fruit because you enjoy them. Don't eat them for the nutrition. Eat the wild animal protein for the nutrition. The nutrition comes from the wild animal protein, the zinc, the B vitamins, the good nutrients that are important for your hair and your skin and your nails, and supplying the amino acids that the patches need, like the alanine. That is what is the X49 is based on, and you will not get the results that you could get if you're not getting enough of that specific amino acid. Those amino acids also trigger that CCK from your gut to your brain to say, I'm good, I'm not hungry anymore. That's why you're never going to binge on a ribeye steak or 2 ribeye steaks. I've eaten 2 ribeye steaks. It's hard to eat more than that. I can tell you that. But could I eat 3 cartons of Ben and Jerry's? Absolutely, because that is not triggering the same thing in your brain. So that trigger comes from the omega-3 fatty acids and from the amino acids in wild animal protein that triggers your brain. I've got enough food. Our brains and our bodies are smart. We are searching for the nutrients to run a finely tuned machine. And if you're going to eat Pringles or the ice cream, it's not providing the nutrients. So you're going to just be able to continue eating until your body says, I've had enough of the nutrients. The other clue is that you can use that accelerated ancient salt to rehydrate the cells, because energy comes from hydration, and that will satisfy your appetite. So just wanted to touch on those few things. Let's see if we've got some questions here. If you have any questions about what to order or how to, what is the proper protocol for you, and that question, this is going to be recorded. It's going to be uploaded on YouTube like they all are. There, we always do them live at 2 p.m. Pacific time on Mondays, but you can contact me, Sara, through acceleratedhealthproducts.com, and that will be in the recorded episode as well in the description. Sara at acceleratedhealthproducts.com, and that's Sara without an H. And I'm happy to help put together a protocol for you specifically. Soon, my website will be sarabantahealth.com, and that will take you to Accelerated Health Products and to me as well. Much easier to remember, I know. So just, you can contact me right now through acceleratedhealthproducts.com. I invite you all to join my continuing group education on Telegram, and let me know if you're interested in that. I will also post that link in the show notes as well. And we're almost out of time, so I wanted to just make sure I'm not missing anything. I did pass over one supplement that is very important for a lot of people. People think that they're not constipated if they go to the bathroom every other day. You need to be going to the bathroom 2 to 3 times a day to get the toxins out. If you're not, there's a supplement called Laxa Comfort. It is part of the Ascent Diet Cleanse, and that will help make sure that you are going at least 2 to 3 times a day. Makes it a no-brainer. And the other part that we did not talk about was the liver portion of the cleanse. A liver flush. You take some extra pills for 2 weeks, and on the last day, you actually flush out some stones into the toilet. Is it easy? Is it hard? I can tell you, without the support of the other supplements in the cleanse, it's not so fun. I've done it because I did it way before I knew about these other supplements. Now doing it with the full cleanse, it's a no-brainer. I just had one person report to me they got stones out, super easy. The important part is to make sure you're hydrating with the extra minerals and electrolytes, because remember, our energy comes from ATP, and that ATP is dependent on Acceleradine and our electrolytes and our water and hydration. It is not dependent on food. We have plenty of fat cells on our body to convert into ketones to then convert into energy. So those are the, how is the salt taken? That's a great question. I literally put some on my tongue. I put it all over my food. I don't cook with any other salt other than accelerated ancient salt. And you can also put it in your water or your sports drink. So sometimes I'll do an Olaloa, which is a full mineral, electrolyte, amino acid profile drink that you can find at Accelerated Health Products. Sometimes I'll put a little extra salt in that drink and drink that as well. But you literally can just stick it on your tongue. It tastes great, and put it all over your food. It's funny, in my family, some of us put like a little pile of the salt on our plate and we dip our food into it instead of sprinkling it all over the food. But you just use it like a regular salt. Honestly, you don't need any other seasoning than that. So those are my tricks and tips for detoxification. Um, Trying to think with Heather's devices at her facility at Ascent. They also help with the lymphatic drainage and help with flushing out the body if you happen to be local in the Southern California area. The patches are a game changer though, you guys. They truly do increase that energy, increase that ATP production, help make your body act as if it's your 20-year-old self. The hormonal changes in your body. I did a Zoom and a health talk on hair last week, and I have thicker hair now after 3 pregnancies. And if any of you women have gone through pregnancies, you know that your hair suffers. Well, my hair is thicker today than it was prior to those pregnancies and being a teenager. So that says a lot about the patches and the supplements. And I go through all of the needed collagen, the magnesium, the electrolytes, the wild animal protein, the Acceleradine iodine, the getting your metabolism and your thyroid working, cleansing the liver. If your liver is not cleansed, you're not absorbing the nutrients from your food. And one other group of supplements that some of you may need is the leaky gut bundle that heals your gut so that you're absorbing the nutrients much more efficiently. That was a game changer for me because my gut was so damaged that it really needed that extra support. So there you go. If you have any questions for me, email me directly through the website, acceleratedhealthproducts.com. That's ACC. And you can also join on the Telegram, sign up for my newsletters because I put that link in all of my newsletters. And I really try to put out some really dense, good information that's helpful. And invite your friends to share this health talk and all of my health talks, and join me every Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time are my podcasts on Accelerated Health Radio and TV. Those are broadcasted over 100 different channels and all of the podcast platforms like iHeart and Stitcher and iTunes, all of the ones that you have heard of. So you can find me everywhere. And typically in every single one of the show notes, you will see the links to the Telegram group chat. And I'm here to share my knowledge and to help as many people as I can. So please share this information and contact me with any of your questions about your health. Have a great day, everybody.